This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Jump down to verse 8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. I want to give all glory, honor, praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. And much respect to you brothers out there that's preaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the elect of Israel. Now, we pretty much in the time where it's a time of war. And, I guess Lord's will, later through this lesson, I'll show you also where people think it's a time to make memes and, it's a time to really be laughing. Now it's time to get serious. So I'm gonna play this video and we're gonna get into it. All right. Hold on 1 second.
What do you know? What do you hear on the ground?
Brett, good evening. We are still gathering information about this attack in western Iraq towards a military base that houses U.S. troops. The important thing to remember here is all of the reports, and according to Iranian state television, these are ballistic missiles, surface-to-surface missiles that have been fired. This is a major escalation, if confirmed, these types of missiles, simply due to the fact that what we've seen in the past is mortars and rockets being fired towards American and Iraqi bases, mostly run by the Iraqis, but housing the Americans. So again, if this is confirmed tonight, the number that we've been able to get from officials and Jennifer Griffin reporting over at the Pentagon, a major escalation, and it's something that people in Baghdad have been concerned about. We spoke with residents here today, and as we reported earlier on Special Report, they are extremely concerned about what is to come. There was a sort of calm before the storm feeling in Baghdad today because many people here have experienced this before, knowing how quickly conflict can erupt in the region. And this was the major concern, that if Iran does launch a major counterattack as a result of the Americans taking out their top military commander, Qasem Soleimani, outside of Baghdad's international airport last week, that this could evolve into a much larger conflict. We were looking at a proxy war in the region, mostly those small attacks on Iraqi bases that housed American troops, more than a dozen of them over the past 6 months. But again, ballistic missiles are a completely different thing dealing with in the region, and coming from Iranian territory, this leaves all options on the table for the Trump administration. We are getting a statement from the White House. I'm not sure if you guys have it yet, from Stephanie Grisham, the press secretary, indicating that the president is aware of the situation and has been briefed and is consulting with his national security team. Look for more response from the White House throughout the evening, because that is the big question now. The president has promised that he will respond strongly. He made many of those comments online and in person. We will see what the response from the Americans will be as a result of this reported Iranian attack. Brett?
Okay, Trey Yanks live in Baghdad. Trey, thank you.
It's crazy, man. It's escalating. It's crazy. We got to get used to saying it, man. It's 2020, year of prophecy, and it's getting on fire, man. It's getting on fire. So, I also saw this on the social media. Iran's supreme leader has wept while praying over the remains of the top Iranian general killed in a U.S. airstrike in Baghdad. So, like I said, this is a time of war. But if you look closely, all right, these people is crazy, man. These people's crazy. Let's go to the other slide. These people's crazy, man. They over here laughing, man. And y'all don't understand what's coming to y'all, man. All right. A lot of these Americans, man, they shook. But, us that's in the truth, us that's in the know, hey, it's some beautiful times, man. All right. The end's not yet, but we understand that the mark of the beast is around the corner, and World War III, Armageddon after that, and then we in the kingdom. All right. But you seeing on social media, you got everybody laughing, and then you got also people, they worried to death. You got people in the armed forces, they worried to death. But hey, you fighting for this war, you gonna die in this war. For real. All right. You fighting for America and you were Israelite, you most likely gonna die in this world. In this war, Salakia. All right. Cause you ain't supposed to be fighting for your enemy, man. If you don't haven't done your research on this country, what it has done to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Israelites, all right, then you lost, man. The Lord ain't dealing with you. The Lord ain't dealing with you. Let's get that in Matthew 13:10. Because it's plain and simple, man. The Lord's only dealing with his elect. And only his elect is going to get this. But everybody else, as you see, is blinded. So they either scared, they either making memes, laughing. But shoot, it's all gonna get serious. It's gonna get super serious, man. All right. So this is Matthew 13:10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11. And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right. So the Lord's only dealing with his elect. All right. So everybody else is out here, scared, laughing, making memes, and they ain't in the truth, and they ain't an Israelite, and they done for, man. Cause you don't understand, man. You heard Trump the other day saying that he tried to prevent a war, but hey, you woke up the beast, man. All the other nations is looking at America is like, hey, what you doing, man? So you pretty much woke up the beast, and at the end, America's gonna be destroyed, which is Babylon the Great. All right, all these nations are gonna be in subjection to the Israelites, and their military and their armies are gonna be destroyed as well. Why? Because the Lord allowed you to add iniquity upon iniquity, because you took the children of Israel into slavery and captivity. All right. You hurt the apple of his eye. And so he add iniquity upon iniquity, and now he's going to come upon your head. Like, look at this, man. Everyone gazing until the Iranian Air Force come flying. Flying like, I mean, it's funny, but man, it's really about to get serious out here, man. Like I said, this is a time of wars. It's time to get serious. So you Israelites out there that's not being serious, man, you better gird up your loins and make sure that you get serious while you got the chance, because man, the Lord ain't playing, man. He's turning up the heat. All right, let's read it again. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season, and to every purpose under heaven. Verse 8. A time to love, a time to hate, and a time of war, a time of peace. All right. So the time of peace is when we in the kingdom. But right now, it's a time of hate. It's a time of war. All right. All right. So like I said, if you don't understand this country, man, this country, people in the world may not like it, but your way of living, your way of life over here in Babylon the Great is about to be shooken up, because what it has done to our forefathers, all right, put them in slavery, all right, made them serve that hard bondage, and we still in slavery, all right. We are here walking around, and police pull you over, your heart starts beating out your chest, and you don't know if they're gonna kill you or not. And man, I mean, you're looking at the condition of your people. They in the ghettos, they down low in the slums. You got this trash music. I mean, shoot, we ready for the kingdom, man. We looking forward to the kingdom. Let me get that. Let's get 2 Peter's 3. Let's start at 8. But my beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. So, you got brothers that's been in this truth that lost patience. They they've been in this truth for years. Some of them seen the fruit, some of them haven't seen the fruit. But you gotta realize this is on Yahweh Shem Yahshi's plan, on his time. So everything may not come, soon and popping. But if you in this truth now and you falling out while all this chaos and prophecies is popping up like popcorn, hey man, your latter end is destruction, to eat a missile, man. So it's crazy, man. Stay in this truth. All right, you called to be in this truth, stay in this truth. Do it to the end. All right. Cause we seeing the prophecies pop out. All right. All right, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his province, as some men count slackness. All right. Cause the Lord ain't come down when they thought the Lord was gonna come down, like year 2000 or whatever, or when the World Trade Centers went down, thinking, oh man, this is it. The Lord's coming. But then he didn't come at that time. All right. But long suffering towards us, not willing that any shall perish, but that all shall come to repentance. So pretty much this is for the elect, man. So the Lord has it to where, at different points and different times, the elect is actually going to wake up. All right. So you got the elect that woke up with the apostles and elders. You got the elect that woke up, when YouTube got implemented. You got the elect, waking up later in that time. You got the elect probably even waking up in 2020. All right. Because we're going to see more and more of these prophecies pop off. All right. So not willing that any should perish. All right. So this is his time. This is his plan. That's what we got to understand. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So that's why you got to be always watching, praying. All right. Because even through the midst of Jacob's trouble, all right, you got to make sure that you still doing what you're supposed to do, keeping these commandments and not going off and crazy when everything pops off. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. So when the nuclear missiles hit Babylon the Great, everything over here is going to be burnt up. You see, Trump then woke up the beast, man. He then woke up all these other nations, and they're going to wake up, man. They're going to take Iran's side, and, Russia's going to wake up. All right, and they're going to go against America. That's what you people don't understand, man. All right. And all you other nations are being gathered together in Yahweh's Shabbat. All right. Yahweh's judgment to be judged for putting your hands on Israel. All right. Verse 11, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye be in holy conversation and godliness? All right. You should make sure that you in this truth, girding up your loins like a man. Make sure that you praying. Make sure that you doing these videos. Making sure that you going out there on camp, preaching this word in truth and sincerity, and not preaching out all these false doctrines. Making sure that you ain't no reprobate. Praying that the Lord don't take away your Holy Spirit. You already seeing that one brother in London, I guess, bugging out. So make sure that you watching yourself, man. Make sure that you following the right doctrine, preaching the right doctrine, man. All right. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, looking for new heavens and new earth wherein dwell righteousness. That's what we looking for, man. Looking for that new heaven, that new earth where we got that spiritual body. All right. Where we in rulership. Because you look at our people is at the bottom. All right. Our people's crying. Our people don't know what they doing, man. They don't know their nationality. All right. They still calling themselves black, Puerto Rican, Spanish, Indians, all that, man. They lost. So we looking for righteousness where all the men in Israel are priests and kings. All right, that's what we looking for. But you look at America, all right, they saying they about Bible believing, but they go against all the laws of Yahweh Shem outside. And for that, they're gonna be judged for that. All right. They're gonna be judged for that. I mean, just look at America. You can tell it's falling. Its currency is falling. The state of the people is falling. All right. Their morals have fallen. All right. So this place is falling. And all we brothers gotta do is go out there and preach his word, all right, which is a form of spiritual power, because we preaching his word and the word is coming to pass. All right. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Man, stay in this truth, man. Endure to the end. All right. This is Psalms 37:7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. All right. So this is another reason why Babylon got to be destroyed. All right. The Most High is remembering the sins of Edom and all you other nations. All right. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. All right. So y'all gonna get that get back, man. Y'all gave us that hardcore slavery. All right. Y'all gonna get it back, man. All right. That's only righteous. All right. Let me see. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth the little ones against the stone. So when the Lord gives his man that okay and gives them that spiritual power in that day, all right, y'all gonna get it, man. And Esau, Edom, all these top bankers and elites, they know this. They know what's gonna happen. That's why they try to keep you asleep as long as you can. All right. So I'm letting you know, any Israelites that's out there that's thinking about going to this war, you be a dumbass, man. Because the Lord said all the sins of my people shall be destroyed by the sword. All right. You got them men out there, they train for war. They train for war. But here you are, want to fight for a country that puts you down, puts your people in slavery. All right. And your people still in slavery to this day, man. To this day. To this day. But yeah, man, this truth is for the elect at the end of the day. All right. So this is Revelation 7:1. After these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree. All right. So these angels right here that the Lord has, all right, they not to hurt the sea or the earth until the servants of Yahweh Shem are sealed. And that's 144,000 in the elect. All right. That's 144,000 in the elect. All right. Because through this world war, all right, this place is going to be hurt. This place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be so much war, so much chaos, so much destruction. All right. Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh in their foreheads. All right. So pretty much keep on doing what you're doing so you won't have to face this destruction that's coming to pass, man. All right, you in this truth. All right, you praying to Yahweh Shem outside to keep you away, taking out your Holy Spirit out there preaching his word. All right, and trying to keep the commandments to the best of your ability. All right, Lord's will, you of the elect. All right. So this is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See not that ye be troubled. So we ain't supposed to be troubled right now. This is the beginning phase, really. This is really the beginning phase. All right, because like I said, this is on beautiful times. The prophecies is popping up like popcorn, and it's beautiful. All right, and the spirit of the Lord, if it's dealing with you, you can see these things. But if it's not dealing with you, you gonna be in the mindset of like these people on social media just joking around, making these memes, or scared as hell. Like, oh no, man, World War III. All right, the elect of Israel, they pretty much in shouting terms, man. All right, this is some praises, man, because the work that we did out there on the highways and byways and trying to preach this word and trying to reach the elect, you know, is working. It's really working. All right. Let's read it again. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we understand that the end is not yet, because the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, got to be implemented, and then World War III is coming. All right. After the microchip comes in, man, best believe man, it's gonna go speedy, man. You take the RFID microchip, all right, you're gonna be destroyed. All right, you're gonna be destroyed. So that's what we telling you, man. That's Revelation 13:16 on down. I believe you start at 15 on down. All right. Understand what the RFID microchip is. All right. Because John the Baptist, he he literally saw, could have been in a hospital or wherever, people getting microchip. All right. And he's warning us not to take that microchip. Because if you do, you worshiping that beast system, and you're going to be destroyed with it. It's plain and simple. All right. Because it's really just making you as cattle. All right. We're supposed to do what Yahweh Hashem has laid out and set for us to do. All right. Let me see. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. All right. There's famines going on. Pestilence. All right. And earthquakes in diverse places. All right. If you look up, you can see all this stuff happening around the whole earth, man. All right. You see Australia on fire. I believe other parts of the world got a famine. All right. Other parts in the world where there regularly is not any frequent earthquakes. Earthquakes is happening over there. All right. This is the Lord just pretty much showing you that he's coming. All right. Verse 8, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. All right. So this is just the beginning, man. This is just the beginning of sorrows. All right. Prepare for some more. I mean, if you're going crazy now, I hate to see it when you go through Jacob's trouble. Hate to see it. Because you really going to be out here crying, man. You really going to be out here crying, man. I say this is going to be crazy, man. It's really going to be crazy out here. And the Lord ain't playing with y'all. Lord ain't playing with you Israelites. The Lord ain't playing with you heathens, man. All right. So this is Revelation 9 and 15. This is about the war. All right. This is what's going to happen in the war. And the four angels were loose, which prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay the third part of men. All right. So the Lord got his army lined up. All right. Waiting for this day to happen. And best believe it's going to happen. Let's get that for you non-believers out there, man. Because the Lord pretty much said my word won't come back void. All right. Let's get it in Romans. It's Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? What's your unbelief going to do? All right. We making these videos clearly, Lord's will. We are the men of the Lord. All right. We making these videos. We going out there preaching his word. All right. We telling you what's happening, and it's happening before your eyes. But you still in non-belief. All right. You still in unbelief, Salakia. You still in unbelief. You're gonna find out the hard way. Verse 4, God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. All right. Every man's gonna be a liar. All right. Yahweh is not a man that he should lie. All right. Let's get back to it. Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having the breastplate of fire, jacinth, and the brimstone in the heads of horses were the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. This is pretty much you got these jets, all right? Because this is back in John the Baptist time. He's over here trying to describe these metal objects as flying in the sky. All right. So he's pretty much describing missiles, the jets. I mean, these missiles flying everywhere. All right. They blowing up. All right. It's like fire. I mean, shoot. Like I said, this is John the Baptist time. They ain't have nothing like this. All right. Nothing flying in the sky like that. All right. Heads of lions. All right. And out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three were the third part of man killed by fire and by smoke and brimstone, which issue out of their mouths. All right. So that's pretty much what's going to happen in the war, man. You'll fight against all you other nations are going to fight against each other. And then a Lord and his angels are going to come back, and they're going to fight. And they're going to fight against all you other nations, and y'all going to be wiped out. Y'all going to be totally wiped out, man. Totally wiped out. And there ain't nothing that you can do about it. That's why I say, you Israelites that want to fight in this war, y'all going to be destroyed. Salakia, y'all going to be destroyed. And that's plain and simple, man. That's plain and simple. It's Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said not, see that thou doest not. I am that fellow servant and a brother that has the testimony of Mashiach. Yahweh which worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. So the testimony of Yahweh is the spirit of prophecy. So us, Lord's will, we are the prophets. And we telling you what's going to happen, man. We telling you what's going to happen. All right. For the sins, pretty much for the sins against the children of Israel, this place called America, which is Babylon the Great, it's got to be destroyed. And all you other nations' rulership is going to go down. All right. Verse 11, I saw heaven open up, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and Righteousness. He doth judge and make war. All right. So he's judging and he's making war. So he's storing up the hearts of you other nations to gear up to go to war against Babylon the Great. And ultimately, he's coming back to bring war against you other nations. All right. And he's going to put the Israelites back in a power seat. I'm going to come back to that. Let me get 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. All right. The classics. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, end of this age. And Jacob, Yahweh, is the beginning of it that followed. All right. So Esau, Edom is whoever's in the top power seat. And who's ruling Babylon the Great, Russia, and all these other places? That's Esau, Edom, man. And they know it. All right. So the end of y'all rulership, y'all going to be under subjection to the Israelites. All right. Plain and simple, man. I said this is for the elect. All right. The elect is going to have ears to hear, and they're going to see it happen. And Lord's will, they're going to be beamed up in their chariots. All right. Lord's will, we of that man that get beamed up in them chariots and see our enemies fall. Let me get that real quick. Then I'm come back. Let me get Revelation 11:11. All right. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Great and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So that's pretty much what's happening, man. They see the man of the Lord. All right. Us coming up as a great nation, rising up, preaching his word. All right. While their kingdom is falling, we rising up. All right. And I heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up, saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. All right. So this is what's going to happen, man. The strangeness of our salvation. All right. And read that in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 on down. All right. Because they're going to look at it as crazy. But, man, this is what's going to happen around the whole world, man. While World War III is happening and all the missiles is popping off to destroy Babylon the Great. All right, we're going to have that redemption. All right, the Lord's going to save us in them chariots, which is so-called UFOs. Like I said, this is for the elect. And if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. This word ain't for you, man. In the same hour, there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake was slain men 7,000, and the remnant gave a fright and gave glory unto Yahweh in heaven. So Lord's will, that's what's going to happen, man. Lord's will, you listening, you of the elect, trying to please Yahweh Bashim outside, you'll be able to see your enemies destroyed. Shoot, let me get verse 14. And the second woe is past, the second world war. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is the third world war. All right, there ain't no fourth world war. All right, this is the last war. All right, last world war, Salakia, the last war, and then the Israelites are back in their power seat, and it's gonna be greater and better than ever because you're gonna have that spiritual power. And ain't nobody able to take you out to your power seat. All right. Let's get back to Revelation 19. All right. Verse 12. His eyes were the flame of fire, and his head were many crowns. All right. Because he going to take all them crowns of them kings of this world. All right. Because we going to be back in our power seat. All right. With Yahweh Shai, King David, and 144,000 on down to the lake. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name were called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. All right. So this is describing his clothes right now. As you read on, let's see what else happens to his clothes. All right. And out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, and with it he shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. So he's going to smite the nations. And after he smite the nations and win, he's going to rule over them with a rod of iron. Like I said, this is plain and simple. He treadeth the winepress with the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. So the winepress, man, that's a lot of blood, man. So your white clothes, your clothes are going to be so red, drenched, like you pour wine all over you. And he had on his vesture, on his thigh, a name written, King of Kings and Lords of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying, all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together to the supper of the great God. All right, so he's calling all the birds of prey, come down to eat this supper, that ye may eat the flesh of kings. So all the kings and all the men of war that pretty much fought against Yahweh Bashem Yahsai and whoever, all right, these fowls are coming down and they just feasting, man. That's how much dead bodies and blood there is after this war. That ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains and the flesh of mighty men and the flesh of horses and of them that sit on them and the flesh of men, both free and bond and both small and great. So it's crazy, man. I mean, just imagine that, man. It's super crazy. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse, against his mighty army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which deceived them and had deceived the mark, and that have received the mark of the beast. So you ain't supposed to receive the mark of the beast, or you're going to perish. All right. And them that worship his image, these were both cast alive in the lake of fire, which burning with brimstone. All right. So what is that? That's that nuclear missile that's going to hit Babylon the Great and other parts of the world. All right. You Israelites that take the mark of the beast. All right. And worship his image. All right. Fighting this military. All right. Y'all going to be destroyed. That's us, say the Lord. All right. That's thus say the Lord. We as a prophets are here to warn you, let you know, don't take that mark of the beast and follow the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahsai or perish. All right. And if you heathen, all right, that's in this war or over here in Babylon the Great, it doesn't matter, man. All right. This place is going to be destroyed, utterly destroyed. All right. I'm going to get this last verse to close out. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. All right. So we letting you know, man, World War III is around the corner. All right. That third woe is around the corner. It's coming fast. It's coming quickly. So make sure you gird it up in this truth. So with that, shalom.